If you enjoy my content, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment below for more ideas of things you'd want to hear about and learn about in the future. If you've been following my content for any length of time, you'll see that I'm a big proponent for strength training. I believe that it can literally change people's lives in many different ways, physically and mentally. Now, another thing that we tend to lose as we age especially is the ability to move quickly or produce power. Power is the first derivative of strength. Basically, what power is strength expressed quickly. The ability to move something or yourself really quickly, to be able to react to something such as falling. So why would we want to train strength or power? Well, to be able to respond, if you trip on something, you need to be able to react really quickly and catch yourself before you fall. I recently had a client who almost fell off her bike and she was able to catch herself from some of the training that we were doing. At least I'd like to think that it helped out a little bit. And this can be a really big deal, especially as we age, because breaks and hospital visits can be really hard on a lot of people, especially for women who are menopausal or postmenopausal. They tend to lose some bone density, and breaks can take time to heal from. So it's one thing you want to incorporate into your weekly routine to make sure you're able to avoid some of those things. Now, we're not going to be able to prevent all falls, but it can certainly decrease the likelihood of them happening. And the strength training will make your bones more dense and your muscles stronger, so it'll make you harder to break in the first place. So what power training is: strength expressed quickly. Why do it? Avoid falls, avoid hurting yourself, be able to react quicker to different things that might happen in your day-to-day life. Now, how do we go about power training? And is it even safe to do so? So yeah, absolutely, it's safe to do. I would say if you spend a period of time, maybe 2 or 3 months, strength training, you're going to want to start incorporating some power training. This will give your body time to adapt to lifting some weights, allow your muscles, bones, and connective tissue to adapt a bit, get a little stronger, and able to handle things that power training, the stresses that power training place on your body. So a lot of these things tend to be like higher impact exercises. So I would definitely recommend, if you've been sedentary for a long period of time, to do some basic strength training for a while first, and then start incorporating some very basic lower level power training into your routine. So how do we do it? Well, we start off by thinking fast. So when you lift something heavy, when you're doing strength training, you're trying to move it fast, but the weight is heavy to the point where it's challenging you and it moves slowly. With power training, you want to move quickly, so you need to stick with a lower or moderate level of weight or resistance that you're using. So say, for example, you're doing a kettlebell swing. You're going to use a weight that is moderately heavy so that you're able to produce a powerful or rapid movement instead of using something really heavy that you have to muscle up and it moves slowly. So that's the name of the game. So it's not more weight is better, it's how fast can you move that weight or move your own body. Say, for example, like doing a sprint or jumping, how fast can you move yourself? Lower repetitions, which ties into avoiding fatigue. So this is really more obvious in Olympic weightlifting. Olympic weightlifters traditionally do no more than 3 reps at a time when it comes to doing things like the snatch and the clean and jerk. This is to avoid accumulating a lot of fatigue, still being able to move quickly and with precision, because Olympic weightlifting is very technical. We'll get into a little bit more of that later. But keeping the repetitions lower allows you to continue, again, to move quickly and to avoid fatigue where your technique is going to break down and then the risk for injury starts to go up a bit. So avoid doing really high repetition Olympic lifts or box jumps or kettlebell swings, things like that, unless you're going for more of an endurance effect or an endurance adaptation for your body, but there's better ways to do that. Now, you'll see a lot in CrossFit. They'll use a lot of like 20 reps of cleans or snatches, and I would definitely avoid doing that unless you've been doing Olympic training for a long period of time. But yeah, for beginners especially, you're going to want to avoid that. So keep the reps low and work on just getting your body faster. As I mentioned earlier, one of the best things you can do for power training are Olympic weight lifts, but these require a lot of time to learn. They're very technical. They require a lot of mobility, things like the clean and jerk and the snatch. You need a lot of shoulder and hip mobility to catch the bar properly. But if you want something that's more accessible and you can learn a little more quickly, things like plyometrics, like jumping up onto a box, or just doing simple broad or high jumps, doing jumps with a turn or jumping sideways. These all help you produce more power. You can also do med ball work where you're throwing a medium or lightweight med ball up against a wall or just tossing it across the room. Kettlebell work is great. You can do kettlebell swings, snatches, or cleans. I like to think of the swing or any one of these exercises as jumping without leaving the ground. So you can do a lot of repetitions and produce a lot of power. Simple plyometrics, sprint and agility work as well are great options. Sprinting short distances, trying to go as fast as you can, while maybe something that you might not want to do on day one can be something that helps you produce more power after you've had a little bit of base training at the beginning. Agility work, like using the agility ladder, hurdles, or cones, doing different drills like that, can force you to move quickly as well. Use some of these ideas and examples to help get yourself to the next level with your health and strength. Thank you for watching, and get strong, live long.